If you've been mewing for a while but you can't seem to get good results from it, one of the issues you might have is that your sutures are becoming less malleable. So as we understand, when you place our tongue on the roof of our mouth, which is also called mewing, what you're doing is placing pressure on the sutures of your skull, and that then activates a process called mechanotransduction, which is the process responsible for growing new bone mass and remodeling your skull. So when you're mewing, you're causing that process to remodel your skull, and that process happens around your sutures. Now, the problem is that as you get older and get past your early to mid 20s, the sutures of your skull start to fuse and become less malleable. They never fully fuse like many people believe, but they do become less malleable the older you get. And the issue with this is that your tongue will no longer be able to remodel your skull as effectively. If your sutures are more fused and less malleable, they won't be able to get remodeled as easily. Now, what we can do to remedy this is essentially relax the sutures of our skull and force them to become more malleable again for a short time period. What you need to understand about your sutures is that they can be loosened in a sense, they can be opened up. You can apply specific forces on them for a short time frame, which will temporarily make them more malleable again and will therefore make your tongue pressure more effective as well. So if you're mewing consistently but you're not getting the results you'd like from it, this might be due to your sutures being more fused. So throughout this video I'm going to walk through how you can relax your sutures and therefore make mewing more effective. So how exactly do you relax your sutures and how do you allow them to become more malleable again? Which techniques can you implement for this? Well, I'm sure you'll be able to find many different techniques for this, but there's only about one effective technique that we can use for this, which is tumbling. So this is a technique which is very controversial in the space. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it. I personally like it and I think it's effective, which is why I'm speaking about it now and why I've spoken about it many times in the past. So if you don't know what that is, it's a technique where you essentially place your thumbs inside your palate and press really hard against it. And that is, as I said, meant to relax your sutures and make them more malleable. This is probably the most effective method you can implement to relax your sutures, so that is the one we'll cover. So what I'm going to do now is give you a bit of a breakdown of how we can properly do tumbling, which will allow you to make mewing more effective. So what you'll need to do is always start off by placing yourself against the wall. So you'll need to ensure your entire back, butt and ankles are placed against it. Then to stabilize your body, you want to place one foot in front of the other and place the second one next to it. So you'll need about a foot's distance between the wall and both of your feet. Then, once you're in the right position, you'll need to do a Mackenzie chin tuck, which is where you'll pull your chin backwards and try to create as many double chins as possible. And the reason we're doing this is to again stabilize your body. So when you combine placing your body against the wall, placing your feet away from the wall so you can really push yourself into the wall and create those double chins, what you're doing is stabilizing the superficial front line and the deep frontal line of your fascia, and you're also making sure that you don't create any imbalanced pressure on your palate. If you're worried about imbalances, this is meant to avoid them. You will feel your head tilt towards one side more than the other if you do it incorrectly. So if you actually place yourself properly with your body against the wall and your chin tucked, you don't need to worry about imbalances. Now once you're in the right position, you'll need to target multiple spots within your palate. So there's going to be three main places you can apply pressure on, which are the front of your palate, the middle of your palate, and the back of your palate. And when you're tumbling, you should place pressure on all three places, which will make that session a lot more complete. So the way you'll do it once you're in the right position is start by placing your thumbs in the middle of your palate and placing your hands against each other like this when you're pressing on your palate. And doing this will allow you to create a lot more force. So typically when you look at a tumbling technique, both hands are always separated, not against each other. And when you're doing it that way, you won't be able to place as much force on your palate. So if you've been tumbling for a while and you're keeping your hands apart, I would suggest placing your hands together like this because you will feel the difference. So what you'll then do, once you start pressing, is hold that position for about 10 to 15 seconds, and at the end of those 10 to 15 seconds, you'll bring yourself off the wall, release the tension in your neck, keep the pressure of your thumbs, and drive your head upwards. So you'll get off the wall, stop the chin tuck, push your head upwards, and essentially remove all the pressure everywhere except in your thumbs. Your thumbs should still have the same amount of pressure. So when you do those 4 steps, what you're essentially doing is a fascial release, which will move all the pressure from your neck to your palate. So what you need to understand is that when you tuck your chin and press with your thumbs on your palate, the pressure is divided between your neck and your palate. And when you release the pressure from your neck, suddenly all that pressure goes towards your palate, and this will allow you to create a much better release. Now, although you do create a lot more pressure on your palate that way, you do still want to tuck your chin during the movement itself because you don't want to create any imbalances. So keep your chin tucked during the movement, but at the end, you can add this to create a sort of mini boost in how much suture relaxation you create. So once you've done this final release, what you'll obviously do is stop the tension of your thumbs and then repeat this for the remaining spots of your palate 2 times. So you'll place yourself back against the wall and repeat that exact same process for the back of your palate first and the front of your palate as well. This will allow you to place pressure somewhere else on the palate and create a slightly different type of release. And then at the end, you will repeat every part of the process a second time. So every single tumbling session should be middle, back, front again. Now, whether you do the front, middle, back of your palate first doesn't really matter as long as you're doing all 3 spots and you're repeating every single spot twice. So just make sure you're targeting all 3 places 2 times. So that is how you can do tumbling properly. Place yourself against the wall, pull your chin backwards, place your thumbs in the middle, back and front of your palate, pull against it for 10 to 15 seconds, release the tension, and repeat it twice for each part of your palate. So that is a process you can technically do many times over during the day, and the more you do it, the better, of course, but I would suggest repeating it twice a day at most, because that will make it easier to actually stick to it over the long run. So that is the main method you can use to relax the sutures of your skull. I'm sure there's many other techniques out there, but this is going to be the main one and the most useful you can use. So that's everything I have for this video. Thank you for watching. As always, we have a bunch of free guides in the community. It takes less than a minute to join, and you'll get access to more than 85 modules, guides, and PDFs for free. So if you want to join, it's going to be the first link down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.